Hi everybody, welcome to Hero Wars, episode 141, Guild Raids, number 12, The Boss. Let's get ready for the first attack, so we're going to set up this team. Let's see, of course, we're going to set up the Osh team, so let's get started. First thing we're going to do is put Albus in. Got our pet in there. Now we're going to go ahead and start setting our other heroes in. We set in Isaac, then we got Nebula, we went with Sebastian, Martha, and now we got Jude. All the pets that we need to be patronage with our heroes are put in. So let's go. Let's see. Let's see how this thing goes. Let's see if we can at least get 10 mil. The goal is once we get to 10 mil, then we'll know that this Osh team is sustainable and we're able to get that internal seed that we need to just play. Most of the time, once I'm able to get 10 mil with that first attack, what I do is just do the first attack, get to 10 mil, and then I let the rest of my guild play, and then whatever it ends off with the last day, then I'll go ahead and do the rest of my attacks. But for today's purposes, I'm just going to run through and do all the attacks and see what the max I can get, because some of the guild has already attacked Osh. So looking at this, let's go ahead. Well, let's figure out what we want to do. I think from this, we're just going to go ahead and put that second team in. The pet is going to be Albus again. We're trying to do as much damage as possible. So in consideration of doing the most damage as possible, Albus gives that attribute. He delivers the most damage, and it's up to my heroes to actually conduct in the healing that's needed. So as you can see, I got Celeste and I got Dorian. They're able to do some healing. I didn't go over the information because I'm going to do that at the end. I'm going to go through all the stats at the end. Right now, I just want to see how much damage is actually going in. So I want to be able to separate those two. So you could do it one by one. You could do it any way you want, but just ensure that you do check the information to get a gauge of how the heroes are working together and what you need to do to improve. So as we can see, okay, we're doing 1 mil with this team too. Can we do a little bit more? Let's go, let's go, let's go. Okay, 1.5, not bad, not bad, not bad. 1.7 ended. So let's go ahead and move on to the next one. We're going to go ahead, we're focused, we're ready, we're prepared. We're going to go ahead and do this third attack. Pet, Albus. Definitely Albus. Albus, Albus, Albus. Get that together. For this next one, I'm not sure what I'm going to actually put together. So put this and this one. The pets are already aligned with it. Thinking, do I want another tank or not? Because Astroth is more of a having if your enemy's defeated. But as far as tank-wise, like I said, I really don't consider him being a real tank. You know, he's more of a support tank. But we got Morgan in there, and she's able to do some healing. We got Astroth to do some healing. We got Mojo. He does some healing too. So we got 3 opportunities of healing, just in case we're getting beat down with all the attacks, the defense spheres, and the attack of Osh. And then also we got the that wormhole. So if the defense spheres go in that wormhole, you know, they explode, do damage. But we also got one of the buffs that negates one of those damages. So we have a lot of things going for us. Can we get another mil? I don't know. I don't think so. Okay, we got almost a quarter mil. So we keep going. So 12 mil total. Let's move on to the next one. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. So we got Albus again. Boom. Got him in there. Now we're going to go ahead and I like to call this the spring team. It's not totally spring yet, but you know, figuring out. It's more of, I want to say the way of nature, but not all of them the way of nature. But you do have a couple that's in there. If you don't know what I mean, you would have to check out, what's that, Hero Wars Alliance, when they got the different factions in there. So definitely check that out so you can learn more about the character development and what they do and how they tie it together. I'm thinking about putting a series together as far as the different factions and going through and actually looking at each hero in detail as far as their lore, story, Actually linking that up with some psychology, linking it up with some social sciences, mixing it in to give a different perspective on who these characters really are and if their attributes actually match up to what they're developed to be. So as I can see, as I ran through a couple of the heroes, they match up okay with what with the case study as far as what happened to them and how they developed and where they're gonna move from there. So there we go. Got another team, Albus. Now we got Mush and Shroom healer. We got some armor. We got some dodge. What else do we need? Okay. Do we want the warrior? Okay. Got a warrior, so got some healing in here. And Mushy and Shroom does a lot of healing, so having her up front, it should counteract the amount of damage that she takes, but also she'll be able to heal herself and some others. Making all those copies actually is like having extra players too, and they do various things. So developing her and having her up front, working with some of the other heroes, really create an environment where, look at that, over a mil. Look at this team is doing better than the last team, doing a lot better. There we go, there we go. Okay, it's doing better than it's doing real good. This team did well, beyond my expectations. And this is 85. Was able to move up. Let's go collect that. Got the damage. Of course, we got the 10 mil, so we'll be able to collect all these, get an extra internal seed, which is going to help one of our roles out to improve that later on. So overall, improve the heroes for the game and everything they do as far as campaigns, adventures, and special events. Also, along with the arenas, so everything is going to be working well together. It's going to be a well-oiled machine, so to speak. Check out the log. Okay, so you see right here, we got some guildmates that can do better. They did a great job. I really appreciate that. They were able to knock out the first level, so we got to the second one. Now we're at 85. Jude did a lot of damage, 6 mil. So he did bulk of the damage for that. Sebastian, 2 mil. As you can see, Sebastian is slowly but surely creeping up as he gets stronger and stronger. After a while, once he gets maxed out, you're going to see the big difference of damage that he's going to be doing. Martha did a lot of healing. Nebula did some. And Jude, of course, he raged and been able to heal himself again. Next team, Yasmin, I believe, will probably have done most of the damage. Almost a mil worth of damage herself. Korvos did a lot of damage, and plus he was able to switch the team around. If you go back and you look at some of the play with Korvos, you can see how he moves the team around to balance them out with attack and the defense, which plays a major role in not letting your heroes be defeated so quick. So Orion, Dorian, and Celeste, all three of those was able to do some healing. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, let's see. This one, okay, not bad. Morgan did more damage than I thought she would. Mojo did some damage. Kira did some damage. Albus did bulk of the damage. That's why it's good to have that pet in there. Without that pet, I wouldn't have that 300k worth of damage. And all I got to do is ensure that, I got Morgan, Mojo, and Zeri. They all was able to do some healing, so it made up for me not being able to heal with the pet. I was able to focus more on damage, which balanced out the team. Let's go to the next. Let's go to the next one. Let's see. So Albus did the most damage this time too. So just imagine if I didn't have Albus in, I would have probably almost 2 million less damage, at least 1.5, 300k times 5. So it'll be 1.5 million less. Just by putting Albus in there, I got an extra 1.5 million worth of damage, which plays a big role on how far we're going to defeat the boss, moving up on the boss and things in that nature. So Mushy and Shroom did a lot of damage. They did more than Albus, but Albus still got another 300k. Mushy and Shroom, they took damage but was able to heal. Mushy and Shroom, most of the healing. So I had one healer, but Mushy and Shroom is such a strong healer that it made my life a lot easier. And as you can see, boom, finished off the boss, thanks to the guild doing a lot of damage to the boss earlier on, and then moving on to actually doing other things, and then that's going to be it for this video. So just remember, Guardians, keep the Dominion safe.